Hello, welcome back to another episode of Playthrough Man. This is the SnowRunner edition. Today we are jumping into episode 7. Episode 7 is going to be a little chopped up, just simply because we got a whole lot of driving to do, guys. We really do. We've got a whole bunch of stuff picked out here. I've got 2 major ones that I want to get knocked out and get moved on with. I don't know how long it's going to take to get those done. So we may be adding 1 or 2 more things back in, just a couple of quick things, maybe an upgrade, maybe a trailer recovery. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and just dive on in. Let's see what we got going on here, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, we are on the map. The gist of this one is we are going to try to be focusing primarily. Whoa. Hello, Sticks. We're going to be focusing primarily in this main section here. I've got 2 trucks that are already deployed for us. We're going to go King of the Hill first and foremost. This may be the first and only episode I've actually stuck with what I said I was going to do in the previous one, so we'll see. We're going to tackle the South Peak first. That's going to be a windy, narrow road. We got the con squared up to take care of that. And then we've got this missing oil tank out here in the middle of nowhere. On the right side of the map here. This guy is stuck literally in the swamps. There is a huge swamp here. These don't trust the map, okay? Period. Whatever you do, don't trust this map because it's going to lie to you every time, okay? But you can see there's a little bit of water. No. This whole thing is waterlogged and mud, period. Water is probably 3/4 of the way, something like that, up to tires. And it's going to be a challenge. Either way, we have the Taiga sitting right there. It's ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and get started with King of the Hill. I've got the con sitting here ready to go. Chuck's ready to go. So let's go ahead and knock this thing out, huh? So when you first pick up the task, okay, you can go ahead and just start right where you are. So if you follow this little road up this direction without taking out some of the stuff, then, oh my goodness, steering, hello. There we go. Now we're starting to warm up a little bit. Anyway, if you follow this road up, you're going to see that it is just a huge mud stake. It loves to do these sharp turns like this. It's not the worst road to be on, but the, good night, let's drop that thing into low too. I upgraded a couple of things on the con too that I forgot to do. I did that off camera. I realized that I didn't put the autonomous winch on it, and that was absolutely stupid. How we didn't get into trouble before, I have no idea, but I also upgraded to the SnowRunner gearbox, and now I'm kind of wondering if that wasn't a really bad idea, because it looks like the con has now run into problems with climbing unless you drop it into low. I mean, that's not a big deal. I'm shifting gears left and right now, a whole lot more with this playthrough than I ever have. And I don't know if that's just because I learned how to do it properly or what. Now, you can make a hard right here. Let me put the brake on. Or you can punch it, and I think we can make it up this way. Worst case scenario, we fall down the mountain, right? So let's take our brake off. Let's see if we can make this climb with the con. There is literally almost nothing to grab onto. So we are just going by the skin of our teeth. Oh, goodness. Okay, we made that. Now, if you do choose to go around, zoom out a bit. If you do choose to come around, it's going to look like, hey, wait a minute, I just did this, okay? Don't let the developers fool you. You didn't just do this, okay? It just looks like it, and it's really deceiving. So now we got to see if I can make this guy turn, because I don't want to. Oh boy, I was going to say I don't want to punch reverse because this thing jumps in reverse a little bit. Let's see, we'll put it in auto. Oh. Turn the wheel. Okay, that was enough to bump us. Whee! Alright, good deal. This is the hardest of the two climbs that we have to make. Not exactly ideal conditions, but they're not horrible either. We do have a lot of rocks in the way, and we do have some winch points, but not a lot. I gotta be honest with you, I can't believe this thing made that climb. I truly cannot believe that. Are you gonna roll? No, you're not gonna roll. Alright. Take the brake off and pray. I toyed. I toyed with the idea of trying this with a Scout 800 because it did so well on the last run, which isn't nearly as steep, but is just as rocky. And I said, no way. I need something with stability. I also thought about doing the International Lodestar on this one, but with the width on that guy, I thought the Con might be a little bit better. Further additions on the Con, though, I might as well point this out too. Change the paint back to my lovely black. Put the stickers on, as you can see. If you can't tell, I did manage to put on some fenders and some step overs. So, okay, that's the south peak done. Now, the north peak is that radio tower, right next to that radio tower right there. It is definitely straight up and down, but it's not nearly as tough to climb. So let's go and get that knocked out. This is going a lot better than I thought it was going to. So that's fine, no worries. Let's auto, please. Vroom. That little jerk at the beginning and end is what makes me real concerned with these tight turns here. And I don't... Oh boy. I don't know if that's going to hinder us on the next climb or not. I don't think so. Like I said, it's a super easy climb compared to this one especially. This is the one I mentioned in a previous episode. I don't like this SnowRunner gearbox, man. This guy's really choked down. So maybe the Con should just stick with the stock gearbox. Oh god, this might be a flip. Nope, okay, phew. This is the one that I thought was the easier of the two. Got confused and gave this one to my wife on a playthrough. And that area where we climbed up, she didn't even make it to it. She didn't even make it to it. She rolled down into the trees and, boy, it was really tough to try to get her out. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh. Mercy, mercy. Oh no, 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 no. Oh god, we're going nose to tail. Are we gonna... Okay, well, we do have the autonomous winch now. Thank god I looked at that. Let's see. You're gonna let me clip onto anything important. Maybe flip back over. Oh, geez. Oh, wow. We are definitely in a mix. Oh, boy. Well, let's see. Attach winch. Maybe I need to pull this guy back a little bit. Woohoo! Rescued. And we only took a little bit of engine damage there, I think, or maybe it was just the stall I saw. Oh, I gotta get out of this mess. Yuck. Put it in auto. That was... I'm not gonna call it a spectacular crash, but, that was definitely interesting to watch. And of course, we're not out of it yet, so... Oh. Alright, let's see. Maybe I can winch and get turned around. If I hook the front end there... Oh, I love it when it picks the tree I want. That doesn't happen very often. So I'm winching and gassing it at the same time. And, oh god. Oh, I found the horn. Yay. Oh, let's see. I doubt I can connect to anything that far out. Reminiscent of the Western Wall run a few episodes ago. Alright, let's try reverse. Oh, dig, 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 come on. Okay, I have an idea. Let's get out of here. Put it in low 2. Good night. I'm really at a loss at the moment, but I think we can make this one work. Let's take the brake off. Let's put diff lock on. Spin us around like that. I'm gonna leave the winch attached for now. Well, maybe not. That was instinct. I promise you that was all instinct. Okay. Man, getting down was harder than getting up the hill. That's just crazy. Alright. Now we should be okay from here, he says with fingers crossed. Oh, I'll turn. Now turn. Okay. Whee! Once again, I fully expected all kinds of mayhem in one place and got it in another. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Alright, we should be out. Okay, so to get back, or to get over to the second leg of this, the North Peak, we are at the Y intersection where if you take the right leg, it pushes you over by the warehouse. So now we're headed towards the warehouse. We'll just bumble our way along here. And we're going to take the warehouse road off to... Oh, I suppose I better just show you on the map. Let me get on the grass here. Alright. So, where are the con? Okay. We've got the Taiga parked here. We're going to head on this route. We're going to take here to here. We're going to wind our way up this guy. Then we're going to wind our way to here, and this begins really a steady, solid climb. The only thing that you got to be a little nervous about is making the turn right here. It's fairly sharp, but it's not horrible. You can make it. You can make it. So we'll follow our little dots here, and that'll get us to the top, and we'll have this thing completed. And I think we're fairly close to promotion. Let's take a look. Yeah, 80 points off of promotion, so we can get into 5. Not a whole lot of unlocks at 5. To be honest with you, with the trucks that we have. And I think we just saw a wolf. I'm gonna have to isolate that, but I'm pretty sure right here we had our first wolf sighting that I'm aware of anyway. That was cool. And now you see how fast that is. That was super, super fast. Unbelievable how fast that got out of there. That was good. Wolves wolves start showing up right around dusk, and then they show up throughout the night. They are at specific points on the maps. Out of fuel? How did I do that? How did I do that? I ran this sucker out of gas. Well, good news is the Taiga's right next to us. So, we'll do a little Taiga rescue. Oh, I can't believe that. Now, if you're daring, you can try to make that run with one of these larger trucks, but I don't really suggest it, man. Nope, 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 nope. I don't suggest it in the slightest. Alright, let's steal some fuel from the Taiga. Con is not our source, the con is our target. There we are. Is that really all that took? Alright, gosh darn it. Put our Taiga back where it belongs. My wife and I were avid UFC fans for a long time. We still are. We just haven't really had much opportunity to be able to watch a whole lot of fights. But I forget who said it. It was either a boxer or one of the UFC fighters, and he said, every plan is great until the first punch is thrown, and the whole thing goes out the window. And that's pretty much true for this. Excuse the itch. We're back at another dry point today. Every plan that we seem to make just goes right out the window. Right out the window. So we'll get it in low 2. Actually, I don't think we need low just yet. Let's stay in auto until we get there. And this always deceives me as well. That's not the path we want to go. So this guy will wind around like a snake, and we'll just follow that around. I wish we could get the roof lights for this, but level 14 is when the roof rack shows up, and the LED lights on the roof rack. It would make this thing a whole lot easier to see, that's for sure. I believe I made the last run with this with the Lodestar. There's only the one very narrow point, and the Lodestar made it through that with no problem. I really got to start recording these playthroughs that my wife and I do, because we end up seeing a lot of cool stuff and doing a lot of cool stuff. Let's put this into low. Get our diff lock on. That'll help us climb a bit. Yesterday we played around some. Didn't see one wolf. We were on Smithfield Dam and messing around, picking up some tasks and contracts on her map. We're just about ready to leave Smithfield Dam on that one, and didn't see one thing. Kept my eye out the whole dang time, 3 or 4 hours of playtime, and didn't see one dang thing. Got a bunch done, but alright, here's a bit of a narrow spot. I think we're definitely going slow enough where we're not going to have to worry about dinging this thing up unless we roll it again. 9 gallons of gas, so we're doing okay there. I can't believe this thing ran out of fuel. That's the first time I've ever run any vehicle out of fuel, now that I think about it. That was just crazy. Now, I gotta be honest too, that may be because I drag a Scout fuel trailer up and drop it at the warehouse, just to be on the safe side, and I haven't done that here. Here's that narrow turn I was telling you about, but I guess it's not nearly as narrow as I expected, so this should promote us. Yay, rank 5. 160 stars, 2,800 bucks, and we have made it to the top of King of the Hill. So, let's kill the engine so we don't burn any more of the 8 gallons we have left. Good lord. And now from here, we're going to grab... what is it? Missing oil tank. Off-road truck is recommended. Boy, that's no joke. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a moment. So we're going to switch to the Taiga. Why did I do that? There we go. So, behind us is the warehouse. Okay. And once you leave the warehouse, or you follow the path from the garage to here, you're just going to follow this dirt path straight. We're going to follow it in, and then we're going to hit this oil tank. Now, don't be shocked if we end up getting stuck once or twice, okay? My poor wife, when she went after this one, she got stuck way up in here, and I'm like, what are you doing way up in there? She's like, I'm trying to turn around, but I can't get unstuck every time. So I'll show you a fast way to do it, okay? Remember, every plan is good until the first punch in the face. So we'll see how this thing goes. Turn around. Turn the lights on. There we go. Okay. Dusk is really tough to see if the lights are on, man. Well, it's a hair of it's a little bit of a downhill run here. I don't know where I was going with that. There's some stuff in the ground, but it's not that big a deal. Here comes the mud. And as you can see, that little bit of water they showed is right where we were just a moment ago. They don't talk about this at all. And this is a nasty, nasty mess. It's not bad with the taiga until we go after the trailer. Then we start getting stuck in some fairly deep mud. Let's get a side view of this thing as it's moving through. Again, try to stay out of the lower part of the ruts. If you can stay on the grass, it's even better. You will still sink even though you're in the grass. So you can see the tires cutting through that muddy area. There are stumps all over the place for you to connect to, which is okay. The problem is there are stumps all over the place for you to run into, and that'll do damage to your truck, so just be a little bit cautious. Now, we're going to drop this into low reverse. That'll help a little bit, but not a ton. So let's go ahead and attach our winch. We're going to winch to that point right there just to spin us a little bit out of the way and give us a little pull. I don't think we can attach to the trailer just yet. That might be a little too far off, so let's continue to wind our way. I may have to front winch. Although you can connect to the trailer, it's better to just winch it out of this muck. I can't believe we're not there. That's unbelievable. All right, front winch. Let's do this winch point and that tree. If I can get my wheel turned properly. No, I can't. All right, that's fine. Let's see if we're in the money. We are in the money. So that little dot right there is the front of our trailer. We're going to need to attach to that. I'm not going to hit the gas a whole lot on this because we're going to drag the trailer, then attach the winch, drag the truck, reattach the trailer with the winch, drag the truck, you know, things like that. Okay, it's just a back and forth and a back and forth, but it's not a lot of it. In fact, we might even just be able to use the trailer. Let's try it. We'll attach the trailer, then we'll attach the winch on the trailer to this tree, get it out of reverse, go back into low. Now we need to make that push that way, okay? Actually, I guess, where am I pointing? That way. God. Yeah, that didn't work out so hot. It's not really pushing the truck. Okay, that's fine. So release, reattach. I don't know if that little spot's going to help us out any or not. Let's try it. Well, it got us pointing in the right way. What I'm aiming for is one of those trees up ahead of us. don't think I'm going to be able to connect to one of them just yet, but maybe we can wiggle our way through the mud. Now, you may be wondering, what in the world? Why is this thing so flippin' heavy? Well, as you saw when we zoomed in a bit, this trailer, there's our fuel tank. That thing is absolutely full of fuel. That's a lot of weight, man. That is a lot of weight. Maybe we connected to something. There we go. Alright, we're going to drop... Whoops, can't find it, grind it, right, Chuck? Drop this thing into auto. We're still going to need to winch a couple of points. There's just really no way around it, but we are now moving. So anyway, this is a ton of weight to try to drag out of this nasty, wet swamp, lake, mud pit, what have you. That down tree is a good point to winch to if you absolutely have to. But if you can make it past it, you could hit some of these other trees. That's a better way to go. Right now, it looks like we are not having any kind of trouble, so we'll just go ahead and continue on our way. Might even slip that into high and see if we can't blast up this hill. And we do. So, once we have this, we need to take it to the oil tank parking. So, don't be deceived by that. We've already been there a couple of times. That's that gas station up at the top of the hill. So all we have to do is continue past the warehouse entrance and we'll have that route that we take up and over the top of the hill. And that will get us where we need to be. So this is the route that we came to get King of the Hill. And this will just take us up to the mud rally point, for lack of a better way to put it, in next to the garage. And then from the garage, we'll just go up and over the hill. You can see the garage in the distance there. Feather this throttle a little bit. I turned off the hand camera. Whoops. I turned off the hand camera. I was starting to have some trouble with that thing. It's an older webcam, and I just started having some issues with it. So I'm just triggering the fuel. There we go, like that. And while that keeps it going, it serves to slow it down a little bit too because of the weight and the momentum. We're at 52 gallons of fuel. I'm not worrying about that. If you do pull fuel from this trailer, you will need to refuel it before you can turn it in. I found that out the hard way. Kept driving in and out of that spot and it wouldn't let me in, and on a whim I thought, hey, you know, well, I did pull fuel out of this thing. Let's see if maybe that's the problem. And turned out that's exactly what it was. So while you can pull fuel from it, you probably don't really want to if you can avoid it. Now that this Taiga... What did you hit? Man, whatever that was, it jerked us back about 10 feet. Holy cow. If you can get the Taiga into high gear, generally, it's a pretty clean run. Generally. As you saw, something weird happened. I bet 10 to 1 the trailer hit one of those big rocks, and that's what stopped everything. Slip it into high so we can finish the climb. And this is the trailer parking area. And there we are, 280 stars, 2,400 bucks. That wasn't a bad little payout. So, as I mentioned before, I've kind of, I thought it would take a little bit longer to get those King of the Hill task's done, I thought, let me turn this engine off for just a moment. So even though we're at the fuel station, it doesn't matter. We'll kill that volume as well. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer to get King of the Hill done. I thought I'd fall down the mountain more. I thought I'd get stuck in areas with the con, but I didn't. So now I got to figure out what the heck to do. Let's see. Let's go back to the map. We'll get over to our tasks. Local entertainment's going to be an entire episode all by itself. I'm just telling you that right now. Stuck Trailer is way on the opposite side. Riverside Repair is way on the opposite side. Motel Woes is way on the opposite side. Now, the good thing about Riverside Repair is it requires... Let's see. We'll get on to that. Start tracking that thing. We're going to need 2 service spare parts and 2 wooden planks. Okay? We are kind of dead center from the warehouse, which is where we get the service spare parts from. And the turn-in point is way down here at that boatman's house. Or way up there, I guess that's north. So, I don't know that we want to look at that one. So let's stop tracking there. Go back. Motel Woes has a trailer here at the northern section, right there. And then we bring that down through town and drop it off at the motel. And then there's drainage, which we are also central to. Let me pull that up. So we have a pump in the north. We have a pump at the south, central-ish, southwest-ish. And then we have this pump way out in the middle where we got that Kodiak from. We've already seen that pump. So that's central to where we are. Then there's this upgrade sitting out here in the middle. Now this, I believe, is an upgrade for the Lodestar. I think that's the engine upgrade. And that might be something to look at. We would probably want to take the con for that. So I think what we should do is let's go after that upgrade and see if we can get down the mountain without wrecking things too bad. We'll have to come back around, come back through, take the mountain pass, and then if we come down to right about here, we should be able to punch our way down and through. Otherwise, we'll have to go around this rock mass and this nasty pig mess. So let's do that. That might be a good way to round this thing off. So we'll leave the Taiga at the gas station, the fuel station. And we'll jump into the con. It's got 8 gallons of gas. Turn the lights on. Let's see if we can get down without doing too much horribility to this thing. I think I just made up a word, horribility. There is a fast way down, but I don't really want to do that because I bet 10 to 1 I'll roll it and wreck it real bad and have to recover, because by the time we get it unstuck from its nasty mess, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Those tires get stuck in the downward rut, and boy, it is just a nasty ordeal to try to get it out, unless it rolls all the way out. And like I said, I really don't want to roll this thing. I really don't. Close to being down here. While I prefer the Lodestar, I'm having a lot of fun with the con, so that's why we've been sticking with that instead of the Lodestar that we spent forever working on. So once we get down, our indicator on that is that factory sign you can see right there. Then we'll make a hard right 7 gallons of fuel. If nothing else, this is going to be close. Definitely going to be close. Now, are we going to have to shift here? Probably. Shifting helps the fuel out a little bit, not a lot. Some. And we probably have to shift to get out of this little stream of mud and the mud pit in front, just ahead of it. Half a tank. There's that sign telling me we should probably refuel. So I'll tell you what. Rather than make that silly run with you guys on here, I'll go ahead and refuel, and then I'll catch up at this point, and we'll go from there, okay? So, let's go ahead and get started. Like I say, I've only burned 1 gallon. It burned 1 gallon from the gas station to the point where we just started, so that's something else to keep in mind too. As much as I like this truck, or this vehicle, I wish it had the bigger gas tank, and if not, then I wish the roof rack with the fuel backup would become available a little bit sooner than 14. 14's 9 levels away, man. So, either way. So as we're driving, I'll just go ahead and explain what happened. I transitioned over to a different camera scene because I was trying to figure out what we were going to do next. I hadn't planned that far ahead, as I mentioned, once we dropped off the Taiga. So, in my infinite wisdom, I never transferred back. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, we gotta go around. I just pulled up the map and started playing, man, you know? And here you were staring at me talking about what I was doing. It was just me with the big camera view, so pulled that back a little bit, and we've revamped. Luckily, I recognized it before the main bulk of everything started up. So let's dive through here. It should be okay. Should be okay. I think this was the area I was fairly nervous about being loaded with trees and tree stumps, but it's not. So there's our cattails. Cattails are usually okay to drive through, but it'll be a nice mud bog. And let's see. We'll go between trees. Always good to get the sunrise coming up. Knock over a tree or two doesn't hurt either. Well, it hurts a tree, but... And then we got this rock path we can take. And that will lead us to the path across whatever this is, lake, stream, river, whatever. Bit muddy, but once we get up to the grass, it'll pull through just fine. We'll kill that tree and not hit the other one. And nudge it a little. That's alright. Okay. And there's our upgrade. Let's see what this is for. Yep, that is definitely for the an engine upgrade for the Kodiak and the Lodestar. It's interesting that the big Kodiak truck and the Lodestar share the same engine. You would think that the Lodestar would have a smaller engine, but it's a big truck, so there you go. It's also for the GMC, Freightliner, Ford, the Fleet Star, which we sold off, the White Western Star, which we can recover down in the Smithfield Dam area, and we can also do that with the International TransStar. I just did that for my wife last night, so there we go. We managed to make that in just a few minutes' time, which then now leads me to try to fill another gap. Let's see, what could we possibly do? We've got the Taiga centrally located. drainage is calling my name, and it's already loaded. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take the Taiga. We'll leave the con here. Turn off that engine. We'll leave the con here for a minute. I'll recover that off camera, okay? We'll take our Taiga, and we will drive over to this pump and pick this pump up, all right? So I will catch you on... I'll pick it up right about here, just because we've already seen the main drive over, okay? So I'll go ahead and do that right now, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we are back. We are just outside the first pump that we're going after. Out in the sticky mess that is this swampy area back here. We're going to wind our way through these trees and get into this cattail infested area to try to get that pump out in the distance. Now, you may remember from a previous episode when we recovered the Chevy Kodiak, this got real nasty real quick, and it was like a 4 or 5 phase recovery on that truck. Getting out to the pump isn't horribly difficult, but just remember what we went through the last time and try to stick to the muddy areas. It'll be a little easier to get out where you need to be. Now, at some point, you are going to run out of places to, let's go low, places to connect. So that's something that you got to pay attention to as well. I'm sure I mentioned that on the last time, but let's winch over. Hopefully we can catch that hill. There we go. Okay, that is our pump near the garage. So let's slip this into a little reverse. And we'll get on out of this muck, and then we're going to go tackle the one near the farm. Keep it in low. So as I slog my way through this nasty mess, no visible winch points, lovely. Should be, come on, I should be able to hit that tree. Thank you. As I slug my way out of this mess, then I will pick it up just after we pass the farm, and that'll get us handled on that. Okay, we are back. We are at the farm. That's the main area right there. Where we want to go is just south of the farm. Let me get out of this dirt, get onto the asphalt here. And you can see the pump is just right off of our right side. So we'll dive into this little road. Call it a road. It's not, but it is. And then just whip through this swampy area and pick that pump up. Wait a minute. Where is that one? Yeah, I'm not to it yet. Okay. That was deceptive. I thought, well, I didn't think we were that close to that thing. And I think once we get the last pump picked up, I think we'll grab motel woes. Because we'll certainly have time, since I've had to edit a few things out of here. This is a lot more of the same stuff we've already dealt with. Deep water, thick mud, trees galore, good winching points, but they tend to get in the way. Clear and load. Let's hit that tree instead. Get us climbing anyway. Hopefully we don't high center in this muck. Yeah, looks okay. So oddly enough, these pumps, according to the storyline anyway, they're supposed to drain all this stuff out of here. But clearly the amount of water they got dumped on them was just way too much for all of this stuff. They said they installed these pumps back in the 70s, so, I'm talking 50 years ago. Oh, trust me, I know. And clearly they're not doing the job, man. All right, there's that one. So let's turn our attention to the last guy, down to drainage. And this is the pump near Steel River. This is the one in the northern section right next to Stuck Trailer, which we can also pick up as well. We might do that instead of Telvos. Let's see where we have to take that trailer. Deliver to the trailer park, which is just around in here somewhere. So maybe we'll grab that one too. But for the moment, let's go ahead and drive. Oops, sorry. Let's go ahead and drive our way along the main road through the town. Around this mess, we'll come down this hill. Actually, I take that back. Follow the road, cross the bridge, up through the main town. Then we'll dive. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll dive off of the lumber mill route. Follow that through the drilling site. You know what? The con's right there, too. But the con's going to have to go a long way around. Okay. So through the drilling site, and then boom, we'll go to that pump. Okay? So that's the route I'm going to take, and I'm just going to do that now. So, again, driven it 1,000 times. There's no reason to watch it, right? So, here we go. Okay, we made it to the drilling site. I actually managed to catch a wolf in the daytime. I can't believe that. I checked the game time when it came around. I'll show a shot of that here in just a second. But the game time was 12:09 a.m. That's probably the earliest I have ever seen a wolf in the game. Now, again, I've ever seen. That's the key word. These things are very fast. They blend in really quick, as you'll notice. But I was coming around the main road, coming down the lumber mill road, and by God, there he was, just off to the left. So that's kind of interesting. 2 wolves in this run. That's kind of interesting. So what we're doing, like I say, is we're cutting across this little river, mucked up, muddy bog, swamp, I don't know, this area. And we're going to dive over and catch that last little pump. I'm really stoked that I saw that wolf, and I'm glad I was able to capture it. Between cuts, I don't stop recording. So luckily I was able to catch that. It's just too big a pain in the back in the editing process to start the recording back over again, and I would be here a lot longer than I am anyway, trying to get that done. So I'm glad I caught that. So we're going to aggressively winch across this mess. Let's get, actually that's the one I want right there. One winch point is just as good as another in this. As you can see, there are many. Unless you get hung up on this. Look at the winch. Unless you get hung up on this, so. Let's see, maybe we won't get to another one because of the time it's going to take me to get this thing across. Are you going to get hung up on a tree root ball? Oh my goodness. What are we hung up on here, guys? Low reverse? No way. Okay. Oh. Because it's all underwater, it's really tough to see what we're getting hung up on. Oh, I think I see it right there. It's that big rock. Okay. So let's choose another winch point then. Oops, get it out of reverse. Nope. Now I think the tree itself is messing that up. Alright, maybe there's a better plan of attack. Back her up. go around this. I'm hoping that water's not too deep, but just deep enough. That looks fairly clear. Oh, that's really tough to say. Okay, that worked. Attach that winch. All right. Boy, there's a lot to choose from. We are very close. We are very close. Alright, choose another one. Might have to winch this whole run. Well, that's okay. I mean, that's what the winch is for, right? Alright, now we'll get a good one off the back. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Push us into the square. And there we go. 180 stars, $3,000. That works. So let's go ahead, since we're here, and let's do stuck trailer. I was going to talk about motel woes, but let's go ahead and do stuck trailer. Clear that out of there. We should have a little bit of an easier time getting to that stuck trailer from here. And he says that and immediately gets bogged down. No, I want that. Camera challenges today. Not only my own cameras, but the game cameras as well. I want that guy right there. There we are. You can just make out the outline of that trailer there. So we'll stick to the weeds. Again, aggressive winch use. And that will get us to the trailer. Yeah, sweet. Now we're going to make a run up that hill to the trailer park, which is just the other side of that big mountain rock section right there. So we'll just use the winch again just to drag the trailer over to us. There we go. I'll try to get out of this muck. There we go. Really, still too far away. Alright. Now I got you. Alright. I'm going to keep it in auto for this one. I don't really think we need to worry too much about low gear. It's going to be slow either way. So we'll just leave it in auto. It's not a huge climb up this hill. We're definitely not going fast enough for high. I think I finally learned my lesson on that. Well, maybe now we are. No, see, clearly I didn't. Stupid. Like I say, the trailer park is... Actually, I guess it's further back than what I thought it was, but that's okay. It's pretty much asphalt, except for one little section over by that watchtower buried in the swamp we found next to the town. Once we get there, or once we get up top here, it's going to be a super easy run all the way through that. This is one of the rock slides that we cleared out. So that was a big help. Otherwise, we'd have to go a super long way around by the trailer store and the boatman's house to clear that muck out. Boy, we're getting really close, kids. We're getting really close to getting off Black River. It's within reach for sure. All right, we'll make this whip around here. And actually, I guess I got confused. That one spot is not where the rock slide thing was. That's actually here, coming up. So I got a few areas stuck together in my head. Yeah, here's the warning barricades or whatever. But that's okay, because the trailer area where we need to drop this is just down the road. There's that watchtower I mentioned. Well, I'll get a better view here in a moment. Right there. Right there. That's better. Sorry if that last round made you feel a little ill. Taiga was a little bit out of control there. So we'll just drag it into the yellow, and that'll get us a couple of stars. Oh, and by the way, earlier in a previous episode, I was like, what is that shadow? And I'm sure a lot of you have already figured it out. What we were seeing was the shadow of those wind power turbines up there, casting their weird shadows across. I had never really paid attention because, like I say, I go from north to south, not south to north on that southern run. 240 stars, 1,600 bucks. Man, I got a ton of editing I got to worry about here. Good night. Listen, I appreciate everybody taking a look at this thing. It's going to be chopped up like crazy. I'm going to see if I can fix that weird little mix and definitely pull in those two wolves we spotted. So that's going to be awesome. I'll try to get in real close if I can. If not, I don't know. I've never really been able to capture them very well. Although I think that one at noon was a pretty good acquisition. So I'll see what I can do. Try to make it a little clear on the video for you. If nothing else, I'll throw up a solid full screen picture so you can see that wolf really well too. Appreciate everybody watching. Take a look down at the Facebook link down below. Appreciate everybody that can go over there, click a follow. As I say, I am trying to get up to 100 followers there. It's just a personal goal of mine. It's not anything that I really get out of it. Take a look at some of the previous videos there if you want as well. If you don't want to go through the playlist I've compiled on YouTube, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, and I'd appreciate it if you do that. But beyond that, we're done with this one. On the next one, I'll try to put together a more cohesive, more sensical way of putting this all the remaining tasks together, so that we're just kind of running from point to point to point to point to point. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me on Facebook or hit me on the YouTube comments below, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.